Social networking, and again, I'm going to highlight this word embrace because we will not give you the deep master course here because the fact is nobody's a master of this yet. We're all experimenting. And so it's not just a tactic. It's a networking tool. It's a foundation for helping you build relationships. And I think you know that. And a lot of you are probably more active users of social media than Berkey and I are. But let's make some observations here. We're going to pick on a very good friend at Kilpatrick and Stockton, and they're in the process right now of, they have a new policy, they have a new program rolling out, they have a new site, so this will be updated. But this is a snapshot from 6 months ago, and what we call this is my membership card in Facebook. I'm on, but I'm not using it actively.
So it's like having a membership card in your wallet that you don't take out.
You don't go to the gym.
You don't go to the gym.
I joined.
Right.
So you can compare and contrast that, and again, we know Kilpatrick and Stockton's going to knock it out of the park on this shortly, but compare this to what's going on with Hale and Dora's site. This is a WilmerHale site, beg your pardon. There's old Boston still in my bones, but so they have. This is a recruiting site. Their alumni network site, and it is as active as my 12-year-old's page, and you just get a different feeling. It's an active networking tool. So our number one piece of advice for you is don't join, participate.
This is, by the way, a terrific example of an excellent use of Facebook. I know that some of you have invested in alumni networks and proprietary behind login extranet alumni networks. This is better. This is boundaryless, really. I mean, it's in a wider pond, a bigger pond, and people know how to participate on a Facebook, their own page, so they know how to participate in an alumni network itself. So if you were building an alumni network, stop, go on Facebook and build an alumni network there.
Yeah, there's no need to make your own, right?
No need to make your own.
Yeah. So that's Facebook. LinkedIn is here's Skadden's LinkedIn. Here's Kilpatrick's LinkedIn. If you looked at 15 or 100 firms that are using the tool well, the problem is it's tough to tell one apart. It's clearly not a differentiation tool, right?
And that's the problem with social networking in general. The sites, whether we'll see a little bit of difference on Twitter, but with LinkedIn and Facebook, you're working in a prescribed environment, and so you have very little opportunity to give it your own brand personality other than perhaps how it's written, but even that is challenging to do. By the way, among most of the buyers that we talk to, as this social networking is evolving, social media is evolving, it seems to be, and don't shoot me, but it seems to be that LinkedIn is evolving as a more or less as a Rolodex, an address book, where people who are looking for work can find other people who might be able to help them look for work. And Facebook is really emerging as the clear leader, and where we're trying to create relations, where we're effectively creating relationships.
And that might evolve, but that's our view of it now. I mean, it's interesting if you look at our page, and this is a piece of advice that we would pass on to you at this moment in time, at least. The one thing that LinkedIn does very well for us is it becomes, you talk about thought leadership as we did looking at the funnel. The pyramid with the reverse funnel on top of it, but you see in the news section here our blogs, our appearance in a webinar like this, our posts in articles to legal publications appear on our page and then get distributed through our networks. And we haven't seen that an awful lot in the law firm sites, and we would encourage you to make that very simple link. So for your e-alerts and upcoming seminars and the like, it's a good distribution tool to an already LinkedIn audience. Twitter has that same, in our experience, has that same practical application. It's a handy device for letting people know what you're writing about and what you're speaking about. Beyond that, we've not seen a lot of practical use as a business development or a relationship tool, with the exception of the recruitment marketing
Right.
activities.
And I will say that is you look at a function like Twitter, an online function like Twitter, imagine why it became popular and why it remains popular and so hot among the 30-somethings. First of all, they are the ones that are involved, they're very engaged in technology, but it began and it became popular with reporters following stars. So reporters are all about what? News. The next big thing for them is how to fill that blank page at 9 o'clock in the morning so that at 4 o'clock it's somewhere out on the online, or even, that's an antique metaphor even now. The other folks that we know in the Washington, D.C. area are using it as lobbyists and people that are on the Hill that are snapping information back and forth about what's going on in write-ups or happening on the Hill in terms of regulatory work. So people for whom information, instant information, is market moving in their mind are going to be devoted to Twitter. Other people may find it impossibly silly to spend a lot of time, but identifying it as a tool to deliver thought leadership is a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Good. By the way, our own Twitter page, there's no reason, this is a simple point, there's no reason that you have to adopt the Twitter look and feel. You can, with relative ease, add your own personality to some of these tools, and this is an example of how we've done that to our Twitter page. Okay. Here's an example, and we think it's an innovative firm. We know it's an innovative firm. We think it's an innovative use of these tools to do brand engagement. So we've laid down the proposition that it's tough to differentiate on LinkedIn or on a device like Twitter. But you can rethink the tools and put them to use in a different way. So this is a recruitment marketing campaign. This is a very large southeastern regional accounting firm called Dixon Hughes, the biggest firm in that region. They've emerged through a merger to dominate that space. They're direct competitors perceptually and in everyday RFPs are the Big Four. They're selling against the Big Four reputation. Their proposition is pretty clear that you're getting there's a Dixon Hughes partner on the right, and there's the four. Check that on the left, and there's the four third year staff people at PricewaterhouseCoopers, and so that's their core brand proposition that makes its way into client and prospect hands. But on the web and in recruitment marketing, what they've done with a career site is something completely different. Again, using the tools of social networking. So what you get to do as a visitor, a campus visitor to the site, is you get to follow 6 of their interns through their day, actually over the course of the summer, follow them where they're doing their work. Those are the points on the map, who they are. Those folks are posting tweets to the site as they work their way through their day. We have a little profile of someone like Matthew. You click on him, and up comes real world. Like the end of the day, he goes into the video booth. He talks about what his real day was like, and helps you as a potential intern at Dixon Hughes get a feel of what it's really like to be there. There's a feature that's interactive down in the lower right-hand corner called Stump the Intern. You can actually send a post to Matthew, and he'll answer your question within 24 hours or so. So and you on this screen there's a backlog YouTube-like of the videos that you can kind of scan through and engage with. And so just to say it one more time, the everyday tools used in a branded way to help a firm really shine on campus. And we see that as the future.